As the chaos we find ourselves in these days, it's difficult to say which side pulled the trigger first. Erusia deployed an automatic intercept system with drones. Osea implemented long-range attacks to bypass them. So Erusia decided to sabotage Osea's communications and navigation technology. Erusia couldn't launch a satellite themselves, but they were still able to hack the software of the Osean transmission and navigation systems. Before Osea even noticed, half of their satellites were hijacked. That's when things got ugly. In an attempt to knock out each other's capabilities, both forces launched fighters loaded with anti-satellite missiles at the same time. Only military satellites were targeted. However, their destruction created a debris field in orbit, which wiped out scores of other satellites, both private and government-owned. What kept the world relatively sane up to that point had been free-flowing data and information. But now, those were gone. All that remained was chaos and confusion. Government and civilian broadcasts and transmissions were cut off. The flow of information had ceased. Forces on both sides of the conflict now found themselves unable to communicate with their superiors. Many of the smaller countries annexed by Erusia and yearning for their independence seized the opportunity and started their own uprisings. As for why some of Osea's military decided to break off from the main force and continue on their own, I have no idea. Perhaps there was some sort of dispute over the chain of command. The continent that had once seen wars that were only fought between Osea and Erusia was now full of numerous conflicts between rival leaders vying for power. Insurgencies were everywhere. I even heard a rumor that a group of Osean convicts had rebelled. Rumors. It never ceased to amaze me that even at a crazy time like this, something as trivial as a rumor could find its way here. Communications from corporate were cut off. Apparently, the entire computer network was down. It was a wise decision to make our drones autonomous with AI instead of being radio-controlled. Wise and forward-thinking. Even with their GPS offline, they can still use their sensors to navigate as long as they're working properly. I'm sure the drones are still working perfectly, following their mission orders to the letter. I wish I could upload Mihai's new data to them. But without a connection, I can't upload the software to the active drones. The new ones we're making, though, there should still be enough time to upgrade those before they're activated. I'll be taking the data I've acquired away from the front lines now. Oh, and I'll be taking the girls, too. I told my assistant Masa it was time to get Mihai's granddaughters ready to leave here. She's not much older than the girls, but she has a way about her, and I'm sure she won't have any trouble with them. I saw a plane flying off in the distance. I imagine it was looking for a safer place. The plane had a rose emblem on it.
Erusia's communication networks have been down since their satellites were destroyed. Unfortunately, we are experiencing trouble too. All of Usia has been affected, and we don't know when things will be back up and running. We're not even sure if this is Erusia's doing. Still, we will follow the strategy that was originally planned, and move on to the next operation after liberating Farbanti. Let's get to it. Since the war began, we've been receiving communications in secret from an officer in the Erusian army.
With the capital under our control, Erusia's radical element is losing support quickly, affecting the balance of power.
HQ is thinking of using the military officer as a way to gain leverage to settle peace negotiations. The officer is currently hiding in the outskirts of Anchorhead Bay, having joined up with support dispatch from the Osean army. The plan is that they'll take a standard vehicle to a rendezvous point at a harbor in the east part of the city, where a helicopter will be waiting.
I would like the new Strider Squadron to provide escort for the officer. Cyclops will remain at the base on standby to serve as defense.
With the communication network currently down in the capital, I very much doubt Erusia will be able to mount a regimented counterattack. However, it is likely that Erusia's intelligence department and the remaining forces who are aware of the officer's movements will interfere. Keep a close eye on the officer and make sure he stays safe. Our victory in Farbanti has given us a golden opportunity to finally end this war. Be safe out there.
Take note that our satellite-based IFF has become unreliable following the recent communications failure. As such, target ID will be done by processing the images from the infrared cameras on your aircraft. Objects will initially appear as unknown on your HUDs, but will be ID'd once you close in on them for a set period of time.
Strider Squadron, you're cleared to taxi.
To the unidentified Osean craft, this is Captain Carl of the Osean Army. Are you here for the escort? You're not the squadron I was expecting. Are you really friendlies? Over.
This is Longcaster. Airborne warning and control system for the Osean Long-Range Strategic Strike Group. Captain Carl, they're on our side.
And those two pilots we've heard about must be here too.
Okay, I hope you're right. Longcaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oseans won't shoot us in this confusion.
We'll image process the unknowns, cock your cams to identify friend or foe. The process will be faster if you get a close-up, well-centered image.
Meanwhile, we just run if they shoot us, right?
Affirmative. Always identify your target before you fire.
War is something I'll never get used to, but tonight has been a total shock. The city under martial law, gunfire and the roar of jets echoing through the streets.
Give me Strider Squadron's IDs. Oh, and hand me that sandwich. Vehicle confirmed destroyed.
What's wrong with drones? Whether you're a patriot or not, you're just too stubborn to change designs.
Entering the Anchorhead Bay area. Buildings will block your line of sight. right. Make sure to keep track of your objective.
How this war ends depends on this mission. I'm counting on it.
Understood. ID'd as Osean forces. This is AWACS for the LRSSG.
Our info has been updated.
Target destroyed by Strider 1. Strider Squadron, identify the unknowns along the route. Fox 2.
That was too close for comfort.
Fighting with drones is what got us into this mess.
Turn right. No, wait, that goes into the ocean. I can't shake the enemies on my tail. Get them before they get us.
Target is eliminated.
Maintain speed. We'll be able to break through that shutter. Jenna, do you mind keeping me down for a minute? You'll bite your tongue. There's a vehicle blocking the road. No response to hails. It's the radicals. We're almost at landfill number 7. If we can make it through, we'll be in arm's reach of the rendezvous at Kruger Park. Captain Carl, do you have the means to record this conversation? I wish to explain to you the situation inside Erusia. I'm sure the boys listening upstairs will record it. The open declaration of war, expanding the front lines, was all the work of some young Erusian officers. They were referred to as the Radicals, but there was an unseen force guiding them. It was technology they borrowed from the Belkans. When they actually went to war, the performance of the attack drones exceeded their wildest dreams. And they were incredibly clean, which got public opinion and the opportunists within the military on their side. They even manipulated the princess. The Belkin technology advanced UAV research within the Erusian Flight Test Center by at least 10 years. They used the flight data from a former ace pilot to create drone AI, but to us it's no different than magic or alchemy. Airplanes are meant to be flown by human beings. Those of you listening in, am I wrong? We're heading towards Grunder Park. Rendezvous point at the helipad on this man-made island. We'll ditch the car and take the helicopter from there.
There are rumors of a military group calling itself the Free Erusians. An unknown is blocking our scheduled route.
No response. I got a package.
Strider 1, Fox 2. Vehicle confirmed destroyed.
I'm hit. Get this guy off my back. Fire on that vehicle.
The VIP is taking fire. His vehicle stopped.
Try to help us before we get shot. It's not like this is a tanker. The general is
Captain Carl, we have a new rendezvous point. New coordinates are as follows. 263 Tango 4, 19 Delta Lima. Rescue team says hostiles are making the area too dangerous.
Well, yeah, don't they know nowhere is safe?
Our capital's fall has led to another power struggle within the Erusian military. We're about to cross Anchor Bridge. There'll be nowhere to hide.
That was something.
It's all gone to hell. Even radio chatters about the Civil War. Radio? You have one in your cockpit? Yeah, ever since my previous squadron.
An armored vehicle's behind us. It's a vehicle used by the Erusian forces. Take it out!
Trigger, our VIP is in trouble. Clear the way for it.
Taking fire! Take care of them!
We have no choice! Fire!
Understood. System failures caused friendly fire incidents among Osean forces. There are even rumors of penal units turning on their former allies.
Things starting to ice up.
The main conflict concluded. Regional forces in the center, south, and east struggled over stabilization of the nation.
Friendly, shut down!
Slider 3, Fox 2.
Want us to wait and see if they're friendly?
Enemy vessel destroyed.
Destroy aircraft with tally marks on the tail. Clear penal unit rebels. Missile!
Trigger has destroyed the target. Open your eyes. Check 6.
The drones aren't receiving my orders. Can we switch to UAVs to slave them?
Strider 4, Fox 2. My plane is icing up.
Three strikes. What is a member of the penal unit doing flying a plane?
The General's vehicle is under attack. Our VIP is taking fire.
We're under attack. Hurry up and do something.
Vehicle confirmed destroyed.
This one's all mine. We made it somehow. Try to get off your ass a little faster next time. Unknown aircraft approaching. We're coming up on a tunnel. We'll need to split up until we reach the exit. There's more to Belkin technology than just UAVs. Taking IFF designations for what was an astonishing feat. They used it to make drones that resembled Osean fighters. And then to assassinate Harling and put the blame on enemy fighters. In the end, Belkin technology only brought chaos to the world.
Is responsible for Harlan's assassination.
You talking politics? That's new.
Can't ignore a story like that, right, Trigger?
You heard the comm. There are no friendlies out there.
Trigger, missile incoming!
Vehicle eliminated.
Bad news. Hostile armored forces outside of the tunnel. I'm thinking that we should go say hi before they ruin the General's day.
5 minutes remaining. Anti-aircraft guns destroyed.
Even in a time of war, it was a mistake to create something like the penal unit.
So?
The General's a real celebrity. Seems everyone wants to meet him.
Critical escort objective destroyed. Mission failed. Abort mission.
Bad news. Hostile armored forces outside of the tunnel. I'm thinking that we should go say hi before they ruin the General's day.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Drone is acting suspiciously. Shoot it down.
The General's a real celebrity. Seems everyone wants to
Fox 2.
Strider 3 launching missile.
Taking fire from a friendly drone.
We were nearly done for. I couldn't have asked for better timing.
Nice. Glad to see the Oceans attacking the radicals. Maybe we should join up with them. It means getting rid of those assholes faster.
Regionalism is part of the infighting within these groups.
How'd you last long, Caster? This is Reese, and we're here to help.
We've reached the industrial zone. This should be the new rendezvous point. The coordinates are up ahead. Take out any enemies in the surrounding area.
Glad we waited. Don't worry, we won't let anyone through after you.
Almost at the rendezvous, in the rear to the others.
Understood.
The radicals truly believe boosting drone reductions will make up for the whole system. They shouldn't take up responsibility for the capital's fall, but instead they're prolonging the war. That is why proper conservatives like myself are moving to regain control. If all goes well, we should be able to sign a truce with Osea quickly. We've reached the rendezvous point. There's the chopper, too.
Fox 2.
Who do we turn to in this darkest hour? We need a beacon of light to show us the way. This is the Erosion News Network.
Okay, let's go. We're getting out of here. I've had just about enough of this place. I'd like to offer my thanks to the LRSSG. This should finally bring about a true end to the war.
Understood. Good luck. Multiple unidentified aircraft approaching.
This plane is carrying civilians. We have escort fighters, but we do not intend to engage in combat. Please stand down.
What's going on?
Try to get a little closer. Weapon use is prohibited.
What's going on? Dr. Schroeder!
Whoa. There's a girl on board? He's not lying about carrying civilians.
No, unless she's a soldier.
Weapon use is prohibited. We've checked footage. It does seem to be a transport with escorts.
I repeat, this craft is carrying civilians. We are not here to fight.
Dr. Schroeder, tell me what's happening.
I'm sure I don't need to remind you, but do not attack the civilian liaison.
That's the aircraft my grandfather told me about. The one with the scratches.
There it is. The EASA liaison plane. They engage in witchcraft with Belkin technology. They're responsible for leading the military down the wrong path.
Wait, unknowns attacking the girl's plane.
Hold on tight.
Lancaster, permission to engage.
Negative.
What?
They could be Osean fighters. ID them ASAP.
Shit.
That's all we can do.
ID complete. They're Erosion fighters. What the hell's going on?
Stay sharp. Right, I'm shooting him down. Any complaints?
Granted.
Wilco.
Yeah, good work. Strider 1 has killed a bandit.
Enemy has a lockout.
I managed to catch a glimpse of the three strikes.
Don't miss.
Aim carefully.
Mine. Missile launch. Bandit destroyed. Well done. No good.
Shit.
They're in my way. Nice kill.
eliminated. The liaison is safe. Wait.
The escort fighter is... The drive. They're missing the drive.
What the hell? You gotta be kidding me. Liaison escort has a radar lock. They're targeting you guys.
What the hell? We were just helping them.
Erusian aircraft, this is AWACS Lancaster. Do not engage the liaison. Break off now.
Can you hear me on this channel, OC craft? Those escort aircraft are drones. They are currently being operated autonomously. They are not being controlled by anyone. They are flying on their own volition.
What? In that case, we have no choice but to shoot the aircraft down.
Unfortunately, yes.
We did what we could. Weapons free. You are cleared to attack the escort.
Welcome. Understood.
Wilco.
Can't abort the MQ-99 launch. Our commands are overridden. They must be accessing it remotely. Which unit is behind this?
Hey, it's not our fault they're over some reason. Why build something like that? Whoever did is the king of all dumbasses.
To build something else entirely.
Additional hostiles inbound. Great timing.
Son of a bitch.
Head this way. No. The escort must have used its remote activation rights to gain more allies. Clever.
Strider 1, target eliminated.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you. Target is down. Missile away. Target was not struck.
Enemy on your back.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Strider 2, Bucks 2.
In gun range.
Target locked.
5 bandits remaining.
Missile inbound. Taking.
Damn it. They don't have the drive they need. It's not enough to be fully functional. There has to be a time when it should not function.
Missile launched.
Damn it.
4 bandits left.
They have to obtain our day.
Enemy on your back.
3 bandits to go. Target's in machine gun range.
Strider 2, Bucks 2.
2 bandits left. Show them what you got. One bandit to go. Enemy has a lock on you. Target was not struck.
Strider 1, that's what I like to see. Another story to tell my boy.
hostiles have been eliminated. Nice. General's helicopter is flying safely outside Anchorhead Bay. All aircraft, RTB, mission complete.
All hostiles, huh?
General, the Osean aircraft is here to pick us up. The approaching Osean aircraft.
Losing his army? Elaborate. They stole our sealed orders. It should be a piece of cake.
Were you sent by the General Staff? No, we left it at this. I can't!
There are 3 scratches.
What does that mean?
The tail of that plane.
Lancaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oseans won't shoot us in this confusion.
We'll image process the unknowns caught in your cams to identify friend or foe. The process will be faster if you get a close-up, well-centered image.
Meanwhile, we just run if they shoot us, right?
Affirmative. Always identify your target before you fire.
It's something I'll never get used to. But tonight has been a total shock. Sitting under martial law, gunfire and the roar of jets echoing through the streets.
Give me Strider Squadron's IDs. Oh, and hand me that sandwich. Vehicle confirmed destroyed.
What's wrong with drones? Whether you're a patriot or not, you're just too stubborn to change the time.
Entering the Anchorhead Bay area. Buildings will block your line of sight. Make sure to keep track of your objective.
How this war ends depends on this mission. I'm counting on you.
Understood. ID'd as Osean forces. This is AWACS for the LRSSG.
Our info has been updated.
Strider Squadron, identify the unknowns along the route.
They actually believe that using robots will put an end to bloodshed.
Strider 1, target acquired.
Trigger has destroyed the target.
Houston, squad, for the hello front. The Patriot victory is gone. Nice work, Leo 2. That's a confirmed kill for our true Patriot. Watch 2. Friend or foe, so be it.
Vehicle confirmed destroyed. It's Erusian.
They aren't responding aggressively.
General, if they're conservatives, they'll listen to us. The negotiations were successful, Castor. They've opened up a path for us. The more the merrier.
In order to respond to the attack on the base, Cyclops has scrambled after being on standby. We'll head up too once our planes are ready. Oh, and Labarth is dead.
What did you say?
Apparently, he was shot down by another Osean aircraft after he left the area of operations. I mean, I know it was chaos, but still. At any rate, the sealed order operation has come to a close. We have no idea about a plan for going forward.
All we can do for now is watch our own backs.
What's up with the commander?
He's staying in his room. He's still alive, since we can hear him crying.
The island we went to was supposed to have been secured by the ground forces. They hadn't gotten a handle on things by the time we got there, so now we were stuck in the middle of a half-assed campaign. My job was to get the planes ready for combat, making repairs and handing them over to our troop of cons. Thing is, the enemy still had the hangars. The comms were still down, so none of us knew what the hell was going on. The last transmission I heard before everything went to shit was that some prisoners from an Osean military penal unit rioted and managed to escape. They stole some jets and now they were flying around, taking out their former allies left and right. I wonder if any units like ours were out here, creeping around. Hearing the Osean jets firing at each other overhead chipped away at morale. Since the radio was out, it was quiet. I liked it better that way. All I heard was the gunfire. Here we were, walking around carrying rifles. We were pilots, damn it. Friendly fire will probably kill us. You know things are desperate when the guards that used to lock us into solitary are now telling us it's better we all stick together. I guess they think our odds of surviving this war are better that way. After walking for miles across the battlefield, we came across the wreckage of a plane. Passenger, not military. I knew that rose. It was an Erusian liaison plane. The guard's dogs smelled something and took off. They led us to a cliff. And the bodies.
Today, I lost everything. When Osea attacked our capital, my father, a man who was never really suited to being the king, was killed. I was to be flown out of the war zone to safety, but the plane was shot down by rebels. The entire crew was killed in the crash. Soldiers appeared and one shot at me. My dog went after him and shot him to pieces. He was my best friend. After all those speeches I gave about working together for peace, I thought everyone felt the same as I did. I'm sure the soldier who shot at me knew I was the Princess of Erusia. He was Erusian too. More soldiers have come. Now, there's no one left to protect me. I am so numb, I cannot move. I watch as one of their dogs approaches. It sniffs mournfully at my dead friend. I wonder if it grieves for him as much as I do. I can barely think. I feel weaker by the minute. I don't know who these soldiers are with, but I managed to take a sip of the water they gave me.
How long have you been here?
Somehow, I muster the courage to answer the woman's question. I tell her I've been there 3 days. They gather around me with grim looks on their faces. What would they do if they knew I was the Erusian princess? After searching the cockpit of the plane, the woman who spoke to me before came back to me.
This is an air-to-ground tactical radio. It still works!
I noticed she walked with a limp. She knelt down next to me and asked her companions to give me some food. And then, very softly, she said,
"You see, I used to listen to your broadcasts, Your Royal Highness." Just what did you see here?
Okay, enough talk. Your opinions have all been taken into consideration. Beyond the seizure of Forbanti, which is important, and supporting the Erusian officer. At this point, I just don't know what our strategy is, or what our mission will be. Radio communication is still patchy for both the military and civilians, so we're getting zip from Mission Command about our orders. Still, with countless Erusian forces in the area, it's too dangerous for us to stay around here waiting for a miracle. Now, regarding Count's suggestion to think about self-defense, I think we should make a break for Tyler Island. It was a large Osean base before the start of the war. Count says his previous squadron took part in an operation to seize control of the island. It has the only base that will get us to the space elevator without refueling. It's also a transport facility for supply ships that provide drones and ammo for arsenal birds. For the Osean forces that are looking to reclaim the space elevator, those are two great reasons in its favor. If everything went according to plan, the base may already be in Allied hands when we get there. Though based on what Count told me about the island operation, it won't be easy to seize control.
If the ground troops have managed to open the bridgehead, the transport route to Osea for supply ships should be available.
With so much at stake, I can't imagine Erusia just giving it up without a fight. Things could really have gone bad.
Even if there are enemies left, they should be pretty easy to suppress.
I just want to go home, man.
Me too.
With that look on your face, Trigger, I know exactly what you want to do.
If Trigger's ready to kick ass, then so am I.
Damn straight. We're with you, Trigger.
It's decided then. Let's get all the aircraft and haul ass to Tyler Island. Although we can avoid the Arsenal Bird's anti-air network, there's still remnants from the Erusian forces. I want to get to the island without getting into any unnecessary combat. Pick a fast craft and fix it how you want. Pack for a long trip, but remember, if you drag your ass, you'll get left behind.
Strider Squadron, sortie ASAP.
This is Tango 2-3, pursued by multiple tanks and APCs. Now all go down if we don't pull back the landing craft. It's what? Abandoned Tango 2-3?
Something's not right.
Tango 2-3, we don't have the firepower to assist you. You're on your own. Please, we need help!
Wagtail is on the Ocean landing ship. What's going on? What did you say?
Multiple bogies inbound. Damn it. Prepare for anti-air combat.
This is the AWACS Longcaster. The aircrafts in your area belong to the LRSSG.
Allied aircraft. A retreating vehicle is taking fire. Requesting assistance.
Roger. ID complete.
Our air support is here.
Shit! These are Ocean!
Strider 1, target eliminated.
Thank God. Friendly bird.
Update us on Tyler Island.
Couldn't be worse. Our forces are scattered and on the run.
They're on the run?
They're under attack! We were waiting for retreating units here to carry them out to safety. Their artillery fire just missed us off our starboard side. Do me a favor, Longcaster. Many of our allies are cut off. We need support and an escape route.
Understood. We'll do what we can. Let's help retreating Ocean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area. Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there. The Erusians are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
Get the enemy's position! Speak up! The artillery fire sent a number on my hearing!
Strider 1, we've identified the unknown targets. Strider 1, target acquired.
The rebels are here.
Enemy vessel
First
destroyed.
one go by and detonate on the second.
We're down to less than half our vehicle. This isn't looking good. We need help. Bring all the injured.
They're Erusian. Jesus, they're firing at each other. Is this the norm around here?
It's all crazy people.
There's more over here. The bodies of dead civilians. I don't think they were part of the fighting. Look at that. They're all lined up. No, they're not combatants. Some of them aren't even wearing shoes.
It's a big
I can guess what happened here, but I really don't want to speculate. These bastards. It's a blatant war crime. Take photos for evidence.
We are in the middle of a mission to take back the mesh tribe. My ship is a munitions depot. It's highly combustible.
I just got the photograph. We'll head back to ATC. Give us another 30 minutes. The men say they want to at least get children in the proper burial.
Trigger has destroyed the target.
You're with us. Can you see the enemy APC from there? Calling friendly birds. Take out the hostiles in our area. Get us out of this hellhole. We need help while we're still up and running. If you see 3 strikes, count to 3, and the enemy's gone.
Our last payload's been destroyed. Let's get out of here.
Let's get moving. Hit the gas and don't let up until we reach the extraction point. I don't want to see anyone, hostile or friendly. dead bodies. They seem to be upper middle class. The spaceport's nearby, so they could be researchers and their families. Most likely, they were involved with Belka.
We don't need to defeat them. Just delay their advance. Got it?
We're moving out! Leave the dead behind! We'll come back to this island one day and send them off properly. Operation is crazy! Stop whining! Our guys have still got the enemy's air support. What do we do now?
Enemy on your back. Allied retreat looks good. All aircraft, search every nook of the island. We're not leaving anyone behind.
Gather all the wounded together!
Catch him now.
I hope the rebels and Russian end up wiping each other out.
Our only allies, the Russian government forces. Don't mistake them for rebels.
Ambush! Stay calm! Reform the ranks! It's fine if we take a little damage. We need to finish this fight now. Get in the landing craft! Many thanks, Longcaster. You didn't have to leave our boys to die.
Understood.
Push him back! Fire! Fire at will! We need more ammo!
That plane's starting to rise up.
We can just defend the mass sniper today. Also, we can turn this thing around.
ID complete. Wait, multiple bogies from the east.
Their timing tells me they're not here to bring good news.
We need to ID the bogies. Take them down if they're hostile.
Understood.
Bogies inbound. Escort fighters, we're counting on you. Should we fire? Even if we're not fired upon? Of course. Chase off the bogies! There's no way they're armed! Almost there! Commence Operation No Return! These are unguided. Stay on course. Let's just get it done with.
Strider Squadron, you're near an armada of bogies. Identify them. Missile away.
Identification complete. It's Erusian bombers and their escorts.
Count's prophecy has come true. Take out all bombers. They'll flatten our allies.
Plenty of civilian casualties as well. Precision bombing is impossible in these conditions. Maybe they know they can't. We're gonna drop them all. Trigger, boss, get over here quick! Strider 2, enemy behind you.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you. The bombers are nearing the island. Running out of time.
Launch control, this is flight leader. All systems ready. We are go for launch.
Destroyed.
This is launch control. The enemy is closing. Confirm launch readiness. Affirmative. This is our last chance for Operation Fusion Time. Launch control. Roger that.
Only half the bombers remain. We can't let even one get away.
I'm on my target's tail.
More bombers approaching. Intercept them now.
Enemy on your back.
Intercept those bombers.
Missile. Missile.
Draw the enemy's attention here.
Missile. Missile.
All enemy bombers have been destroyed. We did it. Continue with your mission.
They use galactic contact with superiors to do whatever they want. Don't let them in. Send them away.
We can't afford to take any more damage. Get out there and do something. Can you hear us? We're taking fire from multiple enemy tanks.
Warning, enemy has a bead on you.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Target acquired. Strider 1, bandit splashed.
The Erusian ground forces show no sign of letting up. We're taking heavy damage.
Missile. 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 Missile.
An explosion inside. Continue the countdown. The enemy's not stupid. We're after the supply ship. Do the countdown.
Missile.
It's the Osean military.
Don't they know they're on the same side? Missile.
Firing at each other.
Missile.
This is AWACS Longcaster. We're uploading the latest ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Hold your fire. Confirmed. The info is from an allied AWACS. Hold your fire. Roger. But what are we supposed to believe? Who should we follow?
You guys got out alive. You have time to figure it out.
There's still one arsenal bird left. Kill it with bombs, then Erusia will have a fighting chance. Commander, use cameras to track the supply ships. Don't fight with your backs to the supply ship. If it's hit, we're done for.
Target is down. Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you. Pick up the speed with your search. The faster you find, the more people we can save.
Missile. Missile.
Great. But will we make it in time?
A landing ship is waiting for you.
Right. We leave the wounded. This will guarantee us a one-way ticket to hell. Pretty sure we're there already.
Let me slide in on that tail.
Missile. Missile.
Target acquired.
Missile.
Missile away. Strider 1, target destroyed.
Missile.
Echo 13. 2 tanks left, but they're running on fumes and low on ammo.
Target is in machine gun range.
Missile.
Locked on.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Let me slide in on that tail.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Warning, enemy has a bead on you.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Watch your chaff and flare supply.
Missile.
Strider 1, target acquired.
You lose your legs and crawl. You can surrender when you lose your hands.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Missile away.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Cyclops 2, Fox 2.
Missile. 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 Caution. Pull up.
Lock on.
Missile.
Nice. Target eliminated.
Missile. 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 Missile.
5 minutes remaining.
Missile.
Warning, enemy has a bead on you.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Locked on. You're low on special weapons.
We only need an hour tops. We need the advantage to put the enemy down.
Missile. Missile.
Strider 1, Fox 2.
Hey you, dumbass with the scratches on his tail. You hear me? I need you to help some people. There's a group of refugees surrounded by Erusian tanks right here. Needless to say, their future's not looking too bright.
This is a secure military line. Who is this?
Me? You can call me the Scrap Queen.
Lancaster, she's an ally. Trigger and I'd know that voice anywhere.
That voice. So you're still breathing, Sir Count.
Here, let me have a word. Hey, it's been a while. I had a feeling the two of you were still alive. Remember, stick with Trigger and you'll make it.
We have a bit of intel for you. We'll share it if you can help these refugees. Count me in.
That's right.
Echo 13, all hostiles are down.
Understood. This is our last chance. We'll see how far we can go.
We've destroyed all of the targets. All bogies should be ID'd now. Mission complete. Okay, Scrap Queen. Send us the target coordinates.
I was thinking about how I'd do that.
Don't you have a laser target indicator?
Why would she...
Use the smoke canister. And who's taking this to the enemy's doorstep? Not me. Wait, you moron! Wait! What are you doing, dumbass? Here! Attack right here!
Lancaster, we confirmed the location of the flare.
That's them. All aircraft, we just updated your threat matrix via data link. Take out those targets.
Don't miss. We don't want to hit the pretty ladies down there.
Missile.
Hurry!
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Target acquired.
Missile. Missile.
Strider 1, target destroyed.
Missile.
Strider 3, launching missile.
Missile.
Hit on bandit confirmed.
Warning, enemy has a bead on you.
Missile. Nice job! The enemy tanks are toast. I don't think I could even do anything with that scrap.
Hurry!
Get moving!
Missile.
They're not refugees. They're criminals.
Missile.
Roger that. Make them stop singing!
Damn it!
That's them. All aircraft, we just updated your threat matrix via data link. Take out those targets.
Don't miss. We don't want to hit the pretty ladies down there.
Missile.
Hurry!
Missile. Missile. Caution.
Warning, enemy has a bead on you.
Missile. Nice job! The enemy tanks are toast.
Missile.
I don't think I could even do anything with that scrap.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Because everyone knows it. No other reason.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Damn it.
That's them. All aircraft, we just updated your threat matrix via data link. Take out those targets.
Don't miss. We don't want to hit the pretty ladies down there.
Missile.
Hurry!
Missile. Missile.
Strata 1, target acquired.
Caution. Pull up.
Fox 2.
Missile. Missile.
Good job! The enemy tanks are toast. I don't think I could even do anything without this crap.
Missile. Missile.
Everyone knows it. No other reason.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Hurry! Get moving! We need gun range.
That takes care of them. No civilian casualties? Nice going. Do you hear the singing?
Scanning terminal countdown. Pressure stable. Cooling system is on.
Lancaster, a promise is a promise. Here's the intel. I heard it from an Erusian soldier that defected. The supply ships will be launched soon.
Yeah, that is valuable information.
That doesn't sound good.
But can it be trusted?
Not sure. Heard it from a man who said he wanted to atone for his sins. Up to you to trust him or not.
Understood. Good luck.
Releasing safety. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Launch. 1, 2, 3. The mass driver is accelerating.
The supply ships have been launched from the mass driver. If the supply ships make it to the arsenal bird, they'll be able to resupply it. They may be loaded with new weaponry that we don't even know about. We have no choice but to take down the supply ships before they can get within the Arsenal Bird's air defense network. You've got to hurry or you're not going to make it. 3 minutes to the enemy's air defense network.
Missile.
All aircraft, remain on high alert. We got bandits incoming on radar. You're gonna have to forget about them for now. Focus on destroying that supply ship first.
We're sitting ducks like this.
If we let the supply ship get too far away, we'll never be able to catch it. So they're trying to feed that giant monster of a bird. We can't let them complete their mission.
Missile away.
Target's using cloud cover to hide itself. Don't worry, we know where it's headed.
Target hit.
All we need to do is slow them down. Did you see that explosion? Looks like that's one of them down.
Remember, there are 2 supply ships out there. Hurry up and shoot the other one down. We've recalculated the remaining time. "90 seconds to the enemy's air defense network.
Don't lose them! There.
60 seconds remain.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
The missile hit the supply ship dead on. Hope you're all enjoying the pretty fireworks. If this thing had any windows, we could have seen it for ourselves. Nice work, team.
We're gonna find ourselves a boat and leave this island. We'll be taking the refugees, along with any deserters from the Erusian military.
Who's the girl that ran at the tanks with the smoke canister? A few more crazies like her and life down there may have been a tad bit easier.
What do you think would have happened to those refugees if you hadn't intervened? The princess saw what happened. They were little kids.
That's why I like the sky. You don't have to see those types of things.
Does this mean we're that much closer to ending the war?
No, we just basically prevented it from going on forever.
Count's right. We have no choice but to return to our original base. Our base that is nearly out of food and fuel. We need to do something.
This is Tango 2-3, pursued by multiple tanks and APCs.
Good. Take a seat. Everyone's here. All right. Good work in sinking the supply ships. Not to mention saving the refugees. However, we're in no position to start celebrating. Even the commander here is starting to fray from the stress. Can't say I blame him. Now, Tyler Island is in a state of complete anarchy. This base isn't safe either. The faces you see around you are the only friends we've got. Take a good look.